Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Amarachi Atama. You can call me the confidence seller, the sound your gun queen, the adibu, the performance artist, whatever you like. But I am here today in this amazing conference, of which I am very honored to be invited by Gideon and Solomon, to inspire, to empower, to influence in a positive way. And today I am going to be talking about something very simple. Those of you who have joined my classes before or my talks before know that I am somebody who do not like a lot of big grammar. I do not like a lot of quotable quotes. They are beautiful. They are lovely. They are amazing. They sound so sweet to the ears. They sound so to the ears, so powerful to the ears. But sometimes we just need simplicity for us to understand the conversation, for us to be in the conversation, to engage from our hearts, from our souls. So today I am going to be talking about confidence and leadership as a tool for positive influence. Confidence and leadership as a tool for positive influence, because we are looking at how to influence our society. That is one of the general themes of this event is influence, especially in days of today, because one of the greatest challenges we face today is the issue of how to tackle pressure, the peer pressure, the societal pressure, because we are in the internet age, the age of artificial intelligence, the age of cybernetic world, where it's about the cyberspace. How do you live your life? How do you wear your clothes? How do you walk? How do you chat? How do you write? Everybody have a question about how posed to you. They want to tell you how to do everything about your life. So it is a very, I will not say it's a tough time, but it is. If you look at it in the sense of what we are discussing today, it's actually a tough time where you have to battle not just your own individual or inner fears. You have to battle those challenging questions thrown at you at every given point, to the extent that people would question why do you walk like that? Why do you laugh like this? Don't you know you're not supposed to laugh like this as a girl or as a boy? It's a lot of challenge. But let's look at how we are going to tackle this through very few points of mine. I do have a monthly training program, Sound Your Gun monthly training program, where I can coach people for 1 month. So in simple platforms like this, I just like to talk briefly through some of the knowledge, again, based on what I am invited to speak on. And then if you want to know more, if you want to talk to Nwadirama more, then you can sign up to such programs. But today, let's just quickly look at very few points of mine in these few minutes that I have to speak to you. So there are two main people that we are going to be looking at today. Those of you sitting here today, we have two sets, the leaders and the followers. Now, in our society, we have tried a lot of the times to make it look like following is wrong. There is nothing wrong with following. There is nothing wrong with being a follower, because there must be followers, just as there must be leaders. At every given time, we have the leaders and we have the followers. So there is nothing wrong with being a follower, except that you do not have to follow with ignorance. You do not have to follow sheepishly. You do not have to follow into fire, where someone is leading you into danger, but because your brains are locked, because you are scared of owning your own heart, of breathing in your own terms, you are scared of ever having an opinion, because in your mind you have been positioned, there is this construct that has made you always want to be silent even in your own opinion, you follow sheepishly, you follow stupidly, you follow foolishly, you follow without question, you follow without consideration. You just follow. You follow to anywhere. Eh? Follow who no road. Oh. They will say that you follow. Because the person seems to know road and then you never question anything. So, following where some people are comfortable in knowing nothing. They will say, but that's why I came to you now. Because I know you are the one who knows. So I came to you because you know it all. Boss. I came to you because I know you will know it now. That's why I came. Because I just want to, anything you tell me, I will take it. Anything you tell me, because I trust you, anything you tell me, take it. People who follow and are very comfortable never knowing nothing. They are comfortable in their foolishness. They are comfortable in their ignorance. They just want to follow. That is the kind of followership that is wrong. So, just as we have leaders and followers, you ask yourself, are you following right? Are you following to the right destination? That is, if you have a destination, are you following to the proper channels, to the proper place? Are you following the right persons? Are you following those who are actually influencing you positively? And this is why we have positive and negative influence. Because some people follow to their death. Some people follow to danger. Some people follow to their failures. Some people follow to their heartbreaks. Some people follow to their traumas because you are trying to follow. But when you follow right, the influence on you will be positive. And you will be happy that you follow, because every one of us follow at some point. We were not born and we just started leading. You're trying to be influenced by somebody else. You're trying to be like the better you tomorrow. So you are following the better you tomorrow. You want to go? Like I am still following my better me. I am still following some good people with positive influence towards my purpose. I still follow. I still look at them. But I follow from the position of leadership. I follow from the position of leading. You learn to teach. You get more to give more. You do not sit and be comfortable like, I have arrived. So this is the time for me to do nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just arrived and I'm here to tell you that now. Because even when you buy a car, you continually nurture and take care of that car. You take it to change the oil. You take it to service it. You go for medical checkup. You continue to get better. And that brings us to what we are going to be talking about more. So what makes you a leader? What do you think people will see to say this person is a leader? Today, Gideon and Solomon are leaders. What makes you think I would call them leaders? I know there is a lot of answers, but you see, your courage, your confidence, which of course is embedded in your development. When people talk about confidence, I know I told you I'm a confidence seller. When people talk about confidence and courage and all of that, we talk about it as something that it is just there as a fruit for you to go and pluck. No. It might be that fruit. But before the fruit, there was a process of growth. From planting to nurturing to weeding to all of that, to maturing, and then the flowers, the buds, and then the fruits. So confidence is that fruit that come out. If you must see it that way, do not see it as something you just go and pick up. No. It is bettered from something. Because some people just wear arrogance and they take their confidence. They say, oh, I'm confident. You are not confident. Because in ignorance, the greatest of arrogance show. Because you are trying to hide what you do not know and what you are even scared of knowing with the arrogance. You are trying to subdue. You are trying to match. You are trying to bully people into respect, into thinking you are something that you are not. So, confidence is that end result of something, of a journey. Growth is one thing that will make people see you as a leader. Because when that growth begins to shine out in your confidence, as you carry yourself, as you engage, as you talk, as you do as you have the mind of your own. Of course, people use arrogance. I'm like, I have the mind of my own. No, if you have the mind of your own, you don't say it all the time. People just see it. They see it through your actions, through how you live your life, and you become a leader. So we can be growing towards being leaders or growing towards being followers forever, and followers, foolish followers. Now, confidence is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgments. A feeling of trust to your own abilities. It doesn't mean that you are, there's dangerous confidence where you are overconfident in your abilities. For instance, you are going for an examination and you just feel like, is it not that examination they tell me? I know it all. You're overconfident negatively. You think that once you go, you know, I will just smash it. So you refuse to prepare because you thought that, you know, somebody told you that it's just primary four questions, and you are going for JAMB, and they say, oh, it's primary 4 questions. Say, oh, primary 4 questions is nothing. No, I will smash it. Forgetting that most of the things you learned during your primary 4, you've forgotten. You need to refresh. You need to recollect them from where they are stored in your brain so that they will be fresh and all over on the top again. Because maybe they are at the bottom of the box. You need to, you know, dust it and bring them out. Through refreshing your brain, through studies, of course. But because you were overconfident to think that, oh, what believe I'll just smash it, and then you go there, that weekend, you fail. So, confidence to win, confidence to fail. Confidence to fail is where people hide in their ignorance to show that, you know, you are so arrogant. You are confidently falling into a pit. And you think that you are doing yourself a favor, but until you fall into a pit. But confidence to win will make you respect yourself. You don't It will make you respect yourself. Because sometimes you find out that some of the big names and big people you know, you respect, I mean real leaders. I'm not talking about, you know, random noisemakers. Really, you find out that they don't stress themselves in trying to convince people. For instance, Amarachi Atama do not stress herself in trying to convince people about anything, because they already know that she is like that. She lives her own life. I do not need to convince you. Say I'm going to a place and everybody have a certain kind of hair, and this is what I have. I don't try so hard to convince them why I have this hair. No, because I don't owe you that. I just walk in like every other person and shine like every other person, or even outshine every other person. In fact, I always see it as a privilege to be somebody who is standalone in a certain thing. So if everybody is wearing, say, white gown, the party didn't say everybody should wear white, and mine is like this, colored. Don't you know that I am in the spotlight? Everybody's looking at me. As long as it is not for the negative. Because people might be looking at you, all eyes might be on you for negative purpose. As long as it is not for the negative, you do not owe people. You do not try to convince them to, you know, tell them. I got married and a lot of people, I saw a comment somewhere where somebody said, hey, I like her dress, you know, the Ankara dress, but the hair. And people just went there and said, like, which means you do not know her. If you know her, you will know that she does what she wanted. If you, and it made me think about, and I was proud of myself, that other people could go to a post somewhere to defend or to challenge or to educate people that I do not even know. Telling them that if you had been following this person, you would have known that she has her own mind and she does her own thing. She lives her life the way she wants. In the positive way, of course. So confidence to win will also make you to be open to learn. I am always learning. A few days ago, I was asking Gideon, how do you how I wanted to do a Zoom where I will connect to Facebook Live, and I was asking Gideon, how do you connect to Facebook Live and Zoom and all of that? I am always open to learn, because I know he did organize that in one of the talks he invited me, and I know I do not know it. So I ask. There were times where Gideon and Solomon will be my leaders. There are times where they are my followers. There are times they are my mentees. There are times they are my mentors. We empower, because we are always in the process of learning, of getting better. All of us, at every given point in our life, we are trying to be better than we were yesterday. Except you have locked yourself from growing. And if you have locked yourself from growing, it's unfortunate, and it's a pity. So confidence to win will also make you to be consistent in working on your vision. And that is where you ask yourself, what is my primary goal? What is your goal? It is a simple question, but again, very tough. What is your goal? What is the purpose of coming to this conference? Why are you sitting here today? Why are you listening to me? You would have walked away. Why do you think you want to hear what anybody will say? Why are you here? What do you want to achieve from being here? And when you answer that question, now another way to answer what is my goal is I simplify it. No, I told you I like to simplify things. You ask yourself, who am I today? Like, I ask myself, who am I today? Well, I am Amarachi. This is what I do. I am this and that. Who do I want to be tomorrow? Where do I want to see myself? Like, who do I want to be tomorrow? And maybe I want to be the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism. I want to be the Minister of Youth Development. I want to be International Global Ambassador. I want to be a leader in this film. I want to be a top economist in the world. I want to be one of the tech leaders in the world. I want to be this. You ask yourself, who am I today? Who do I want to be? And as soon as you ask yourself these two questions, the next question becomes, what are you doing to get yourself to that person you want to be tomorrow? So it's an experiment that I am teaching all of you today. I teach it in my Sound Your Gong. I break it down in my Sound Your Gong. Is, who are you today? Who do you want to be tomorrow? What are you doing to become that person? Because you might want, a lot of us want to be something, this and that, but in a whole year, we've not done one thing that will take us to that kind of person that we want to be. So how do you expect that you will become that person? What is preventing you? What is taking you away from actually working towards that person? If you are not working towards that person naturally, if you are not working towards the person you want to be naturally, then that is not your goal. Because you find out that you consistently want to do something that will take you a step further towards what you want to be tomorrow, who you want to be tomorrow, the position you want to hold tomorrow, the life you want to live tomorrow. For instance, if you want to have plenty tomorrow, you want to work harder today. If you want to have 3 square meals tomorrow because you are having 1 today, you have to be looking for channels to get more, right? You have to be investing in yourself so that by tomorrow, that investment will continue to pay. So it's just simple mathematics that a lot of us overlook. We do not even pay attention to. Who are you today? Who do you want to be tomorrow? And what are you doing to become that person? Now, the code of success, it's 90% mindset and 10% skill. I know a lot of us have heard this in different ways, but I like to simplify it. Your mind is the powerhouse. Your mind is the originator, the place. Your mind is the conviction ground. Your mind is the platform that you are looking for Uncle A or Uncle B to give you. Your mind. Your mind is where you make that powerful decision of who do you want to be tomorrow. Your mind is where the determination meeting holds. And then, when you are done with that meeting, the conclusion of the minutes of the meeting becomes that I want to be determined that no matter what challenge I face in life, I am already determined to reach this place. And so, here is where that conversation happens. Here is where the battle against your fears happens. Here is where the battle against the social constructs happens. And that is why here is the most precious place you are going to develop and nurture and protect your mind. You come on social media every day, there is always something going on. There is always a new trend. There is always something every other person is doing. There is always something that everybody is telling you to do. How do you resist that kind of pressure? You are not made of stone. You are not made of metal. You are blood and flesh. How do you say no to what every peer in your street is doing? Here. It depends on how you have empowered this place. You have empowered and nurtured and developed here. That is the only resistance. That is the power. That is the power. Your mind. And so most of the things that you face that try to, you see, let me give you an example. There are people I mentor that are bigger than me today. Yet I am the mentor, the confidence seller. There are people who I mentor that, like, even their followers are more than mine. Do I become scared and say, oh my God, what do I do? Let me pay somebody to boost my followers. Or do I remain in the track and keep guiding? Because followers are the easiest thing to get. I always tell people on social media, followers are the easiest things to get. But what do you want to gather? Do you want to gather followers randomly? Or do you want to gather purposeful people who are actually gaining and improving your space? Are you gathering people who are shining lights to the little beam of light that you are bringing out, who are empowering you to shine more, or who say, oh my God, this light is beautiful, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine? Are you gathering people who are going to say, your light is beautiful? Or are you gathering people who are going to say, what nonsense color of light is this one? Are you not seeing why the other person's light is shining? The Georginas, who are always throwing judgment stones at you, pulling you to the standstill. I appreciate my followers, but at the same time, I do not go extreme to gather people. So it becomes a question you will ask yourself. Your mind, how you are going to empower yourself and your confidence so that you become a leader who influences others positively. Now, being intentional about your growth, I can't speak about it enough. Growth is something that people think it's just go to one conference and you've gotten it, or you just go to school and that's it. You have grown, or you just get the certificate. Growth is far beyond that. Growth is a lifestyle. Growth is a lifestyle. If you have not taken growth as a lifestyle, you have not gotten there. Growth is something you do every second of your being, every day, every minute. Growth is the kind of friends you make. Growth is the kind of books you read. Growth is the kind of social media platforms you are in. Growth is where the kind of things you expose yourself to on social media. Growth is the people you listen to. Growth is the people you follow. Growth is the kind of pastors you listen to. Growth is the kind of lecturers you allow to influence you. Growth is the kind of things you allow to penetrate your mind. Growth is the kind of things that get to your heart. Growth is the kind of things that make you upset. Growth is the kind of things that make you happy. Growth is a lifestyle. It is your life. People know me as Igbo Global Ambassador, Igbo chant poet, Igbo performance artist, the culture ambassador, the culture person, the language advocate. They call me different kinds of things. But one thing they do not take away from me is that statement, that evidence of growth, that evidence of development, that evidence of leadership. Because I took growth as a lifestyle. It shows. I don't even need to convince you, because it naturally shows. I have not gotten there because what? It's a lifestyle. Because until you die, you are growing. You might be in your 90s or 100 and you're little your little great-great-grandchild would just show you something that you thought you knew many years ago. So growth is a life. If you've not taken growth as a lifestyle, every day you are intentional about the actions and the decisions that you make that will lead you towards who you want to be tomorrow. It doesn't mean you do not play, but even your play, choose the kinds of play. Because in play we learn. That is why we use play to teach children. The kinds of play. Are they destructive play, or are they the ones that would really empower you? Taking growth as a lifestyle will make you to be yourself and not someone else. Most of us today want to be someone else. I want to be like Amarachi. There is nothing wrong in being influenced and wanting to look like or be like someone. But it is contextual. Do you actually want to be that person? What happens to you? Or do you want to grow like this person? Or do you want to be inspired by this person? There are those of us who are that kind of dangerous followers on social media that, oh, this week there is a trend going on where everybody is lying inside the gutter to dance a certain kind of dance. If I am not part of it, waiting again, you go and do. Maybe you have some medical condition or allergy. You go and jump into gutter with other people. And after that, even though they went and came out and poured water on their body and they are good, yours will end you in a hospital. Not comparing yourself to others. You see, I have been on social media so long that I have mastered the art of social media management. When I say the art of social media, I mean being against, on the other side of societal construct. The power, people look down on the power of social media in the negative sense, and they also look down the power of social media in the positive sense. The pressure that comes from social media, that comes from the internet today, where everyone tells you how to do stuff, is something we do not even, like, you do not dare to underestimate. It is very powerful. Before you know what is going on, you already neck deep into it. You've gone far. And so, being you becomes difficult. You are always trying to be the photocopy. They say, oh, today, they are selling masks and everybody is making millions. Everybody will go to that part. They said tomorrow, it's onions that they are selling. Everybody wants to start selling onions. Oh, next tomorrow is Zobo. Everybody wants to start selling Zobo. What is wrong with you? What about the notepad you started selling years ago that you are trying to grow? It doesn't mean that if you are following a path that is not good, you cannot change. It means that do not be guided by the clouds. Do not be guided by the public, the society, all the time. All the time. You might look for a need, societal need, and want to meet that need. And that is why we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. How do you be in that platform and choose to use it to your own good? To use it in a way that in the next 10 years, you have a track record. You become a reference point. As today, a lot of people know me as a reference point in my own chosen field. Because I wasn't dancing around. I wasn't jumping from one post to the other every day. Some of us in a month, we've jumped to different opinions on social media. We have gone to 10. Today is this. Tomorrow is here. Next tomorrow, you are everywhere. You are nowhere. So even the one you start today, some of us change businesses every 2 months. You're changing new one. You're changing new because there is this yearning, but you are not patient enough to nurture, to grow. You always want the finality, the end statement, the results, the result. Forgetting that sometimes it takes you. You think Facebook and they just woke up and just download. They just created an app and everybody. It took time. It's a process. Every result is the end point. It's the end point of a process that have happened, a journey, which includes many decisions, many growing, many mistakes and getting corrected. It is questions you need to ask yourself. So recognizing the gift of being alive is another way of building your confidence. You know, I told you I try to go the unconventional way sometimes. The gift of being alive is something that we do not appreciate enough. Because if you do, something as simple, as ephemeral, something as materialistic as the clothes you wear will not make you so lose your confidence that you do not go to a certain place again in your life because you were shy the last time you went. Somebody told you that you were dressed wrongly, and so I will never be there again. I am still feeling the trauma of that embarrassment that I gave on myself the last time. Because perhaps you went to your end of year party and you were the only one dressed in a Mary Amaka skate, and they say, what is the meaning of this rubbish? And because of that, you never go to your end of year party again because you think that they are all looking at you. No, people reflect the power that you give them. People reflect the power that you give them. So it is energy. It's the energy you give out that people reflect back to you. Because why will I worry about your worry about my clothes that I am wearing? You know, people just want to tell you how the best way to do everything, including how to eat, without even knowing your own specifications, your own specificity. You know, they don't care about what you think. They just want to tell you what to do, and you give them the power. So recognizing the gift of being alive, the day you begin to do that, really, you would understand and see the evidence of how your confidence will be boosted. Now, practicing daily affirmations is another way to build your confidence. I am on a journey to a greater self part of me. I am beautiful. Positive affirmations are good. They help you heal even the trauma that you do not know exists in you. They help you treat your mental health issues, daily affirmations, because they help you fight away fears. Real daily, not the ones you do as a practical or as just, no, the ones you do in your truth and spirit, the ones you do to yourself as you sleep every day. Every day and in every way. This is from Jose Silva. You might see the name as Jose, but Jose Silva, daily affirmation. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Morning and night, you know, I am beautiful. I am. You just choose your own daily affirmation depending on your peculiar need, and you continue daily. It could be your prayer. Affirmation is prayer because it is positivity, inviting the spirit and the energy of positivity to live in you and dwell and nourish. That is what affirmation does to you. Another step in building yourself and your confidence and your courage to, as a leader, is taking good care of yourself, your mind, your body. Taking good care of your mind. Do not, please, if you do not learn anything today, learn to nurture and develop your mind. If you do that for yourself, you will appreciate yourself at the end of every year. So taking good care of yourself, from physical to the mind, being clean, recognizing that being clean is not being expensive. I don't even know what that means. Be clean. It is healing. In Christianity, they say cleanliness is next to godliness. Maybe all of you say it, but why are you finding it difficult to be clean? Clean from inside, from your armpit, from your thighs, from wash it clean. It helps. You do not need to be expensive to wear chains and golds and, to wear all those names. That's not what being clean is. Please. You can dance. You can exercise as a way of taking care of your mind and body. Like I like dancing. I dance without music. Because the music is here. I can be singing it in my mind. When you're looking at me, I say, this person is normal. I am normal. I am just exercising and appreciating the gift of life. Going to war with your fears. Now, when you want to go to war with your fears, I know you hear it a lot. For my own template, I say, call them by their names. Failure, I call you by your name. You are not going to make me not to try this thing. Money, Ego, you are not going to control my decisions about growth. Because some of us, anytime they say pay for something or learn something or invest, I don't have money, but you have money for all that nonsenses. The only thing you do not have money for is investing in yourself. And I don't know why I don't know whether it is upbringing from our own part of the world, or I don't know what it is. But I find out that a lot of young people find it so hard to pay and invest in their self, in them, in their development. They have money for every other thing. Pay 2,000 to learn. No, it's too expensive. Pay 20,000 for this. No, I don't have the money. But within that space, you've bought clothes, shoe, you made hair, you made. So keep a book of expenditure and income, and see monthly what do you invest in your growth and what do you invest in nothing. Because some of the things you spend money for are just materialistic nonsenses that you can have tomorrow. In your plenty, you can sponsor your desires. But there is time in your life where it's about investing in your growth. There is nothing bigger that you can do for yourself than investing in your healthy growth. I pay for workshops, conferences. I pay for different kinds of trainings to get better so that I will be able to be better for the society that I try to influence positively as a leader. So make that book of accountability where you check what you invest in yourself. Now, learning the art of being deaf to social constructs. If you do not learn how to be you in the midst of all who are telling you to be a certain kind of person, you have not gotten there. And that again is gotten through how well and how good and how consistent you are in developing yourself. Authenticity, being true to yourself, to your heart, to your nature, to yourself, to who you are. Do not lie. Do not live a fake life. It will not lead you nowhere. Setting small targets, achieving them, and celebrating your wins. Today or this month, I am going to finish this book. You finish it. You praise yourself. You celebrate it. Yeah, many people might have bought 20 cars, but you just bought a window of the car or the tire, one tire. You celebrate the fact that you bought a tire, and you bought a car seat. Because in gathering it tiny by tiny, you make the bigger one. So daily confidence with exercising, dancing, affirmation. Read a book, the process, you create a chart. Oh, I am done, and then you give yourself thumbs up. You buy yourself a gift. It could be a bottle of whatever you like to drink. You take yourself out. You take yourself to the movies. Take yourself to wherever. You celebrate yourself. You nurture, pamper yourself. Date yourself. Date yourself. Do not always be waiting for somebody will buy for you. Buy for yourself. Searching out opportunities. This month I am going to search for opportunities for accountants, opportunity for this, and then I'm going to apply. You set that target in the month. The end of the month, you try. Before the end of the month, in a week into the month, you try. Maybe August. A week after August, I've started. What have you started? You've started. Second week, third week, are you in the process? You mark yourself, and then are you done? You celebrate yourself. Those of you who want to travel, for instance, you want to travel to apply to study abroad, and you've been told by everybody it's a very difficult and tough. Yeah, it might be true, but again, is difficulty the same as impossibility? Questions you have to ask yourself. Now, which brings me to almost the end, but before I end, let me just give you a few tips on you want to apply or study abroad. Few tips that you can take. One is building your portfolio. I talk about that in my Sound Your Gong training. We just finished one on in March, and the rewatch is 20,000. If you want to the rewatch, because I'm dashing people. That class was 40,000. Now, you want to travel abroad for studies. You do not even have passports. Every month you spend 20, 30, 40,000, but you do not want to invest to get a passport, a travel document. You know that you cannot travel without. and you want to travel. You see, you're not in the place of planning towards that. What do you want to be tomorrow? And that brings me to that. I just every year you want to travel, but you are doing nothing. Now, applying for your passport or transcript, if you are going to study abroad, you research into the course, the schools, you apply for your transcript, you apply for your passport, you start developing yourself, you start researching into the document needed, requirements for studying abroad, you go to that. Schools that have a master's in medicine and surgery, you make a list of schools. And then from that list of schools, you begin to cut it down based on your needs. For instance, some of them might require external exams like a English test, or they might require exams like a GRT and the rest of them. And then you begin to cut down based on what you can do at the moment, or what you have at the moment. Some of you have HND, and then some schools do not take HND, they take only BSc. You begin to cut down. And then some of them can have offers for scholarship, and you do not have the thousands and thousands of dollars, so you cut down. By the time you are down to what you really have, some of them might be willing to give you free application, and some might insist that you must pay for application fee. But again, even if they are agreeing, it is based on your portfolio. You cut down, and then at the end of the day, maybe you have 10 schools. And then what do those schools need? They need transcripts, they need your results, they need your statement of purpose. Why do you want to come to our school to study? If you are going for master's, PhD with research, they need your research statement. What do you want to research? Are you researching into how to use social media to influence people positively in 2025? What is your research? Those documents, you do not wait until when you're applying to gather them. You begin to gather them long before you start applying and asking questions. They will write questions. You do not come to my email saying, I want to study abroad. How do I study abroad? You've not done your work. Start from doing the little work. This phone you are having, let it not be for decoration. Ask questions. Use Google. Use YouTube. Use all these questions you're asking. They are there. Do yours, and then hello, Amarachi. I have been researching on how to travel for my studies, for my MSc, and I came to this particular part that shows this and that. You ask real questions. Real questions, and people are happy to see that you are actually into it. Not how do I go about it now? Where do I start to answer that question? And so you save. Yeah, you might get everything for free, but save. Because even photocopying of your document requires money. Scanning of your documents, it requires money. Transportation to your school to go and request for your transcript. Your transcript requires money. No school abroad will pay for your transcript. So you save for better tomorrow. You work hard for better tomorrow. You do not, when every other person is going out to go and spend 1,000 to show that friends, they are meeting up, or everybody is doing Ashebi, Ashebi. You are spending 30,000, 40,000 to do Ashebi. I don't understand. Why can't you say, hey, I would have loved to really do it, but I don't have the money, honestly. I have something else I'm doing. Even if they are seen as a billionaire, but at that point you cannot. Tell your friend that I am sorry, I cannot. But I'll be there to help you in any way. Or if you want me to wear any clothes, I'll be there. But right now, I have a target. I cannot spend a dime on any other thing outside that target. Because some of these unplanned expenditures are the things that make us lose focus. You spend 50,000 for Ashebi, but then you need 10,000 or 20,000 to apply for your transcript. You have to plan. When I decided I wanted to travel, I was working on it too for over a year. I decided. I knew there were going to be challenges. I started researching. I don't go to every event I am invited. I started staying away in my room, working, charging my phone, making sure that I have my phone or my crooked laptop, buying data. When I buy data, I utilized it for the purpose of my travel abroad. I do not use it watching videos and laughing. Ooh, Comedy. These people on Instagram, they're gonna kill me with laughter. They are good. They are good, my dears. But at that point, you have a target. You are working towards that target. So when you buy your data, you want to protect it because you live in a place where we pay for data. It is not like me now that you pay for data, but again, you enjoy the data, you know. So you guard. You guide your heart, your actions, and then you guard the little resources that you have. And when you follow these steps, application time comes, you look for the things that is needed, and you start making proper actions towards applying. I am going to stop here because if we continue, we are not going to close today. And I am happy again, once again. Thank you. Pick something that works for you. Do not pick all the things I say. Pick the one that works for you and please work on it and embrace it and keep to it and keep getting better at it, and you will be happy that you did. Thank you so much for joining me in this few points of mine, or this little platform where I am able to, I don't know if I did, convince you to follow right if you must be a follower, or lead right and keep getting better. None of us have gotten there. We are all in a process of being better and getting to where we want to be. Again, my name is Amarachi Atama. If you want to sign up to any of my programs, my name is Amarachi Atama in all social media platforms that you find yourself. You can also take my email from Gideon or Solomon Rama 2015 at gmail.com. You can contact me there. You can reach out to me on social media and I will be there. Please, if you are coming, do not use abbreviations. Yes, do not use abbreviations. Do not come and ask a question. Go straight to the point and ask good questions. Do not say, hello, hi, did you eat today? No, that's not the way. I am happy to speak to you today. Thank you so much.